Hello,
Listen,
everyone. Thank you. Thank you for showing up.
do your thing.
Enrico, right here.
Do your thing. Get it out of your system. Do it.
Garcia Aquatics here, and thank you for being on Rico Stand. Focus on. So it's all about me right now, but remember this: the first hour, the chat is going to be ignored, and the next hour, that's when we acknowledge all the people in the chat. But for now, you just say like this: a good welcome for everybody that's showing up, and thank you for being part of the Garcia Aquatics and Rico Stand.
And with that, I'm closing the chat. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let's see. I'm going to get the chat out of here. Yeah, just like Berto said, I mean, I see all the regular people, but we don't look at the chat at all. Chat's going to be gone. I can't even see it at all. We're not going to look at it the whole first hour. We're just going to have a conversation. But the second hour, we'll open it up to questions from you guys. And mods, any mods? I can't see any right now. Oh, there's any. If you would, please just remind people that come in and say hi, or, you know, I just don't want people to feel like they're being ignored. So please, if you would, remind people that we can't even see the chat for now and to hold those questions. All right. It's gone. Chat is gone. And thank you again, mods. We can't do this without you. All of you guys, you're amazing. Okay.
Exactly. Without the mods, it's not a great stream. We got to have the mods.
We got to have the mods. Let's see. So before we get into a lot of stuff, Berto, you're going to be at the Clash, and you said you've got an entourage coming with you, correct?
Yes. It's going to be a nice little big Garcia Aquatics family. I'm having my better half, my brother, and both of my nephews. And you know, they're all Garcias, but they don't act like Garcia.
There's a lot of different Garcias.
The mellow Garcias. Those are the mellow Garcias, but I'm the hyper one.
Gotcha. Well, good, because I don't know if we can handle 10 of the boisterous Garcias. It would just be too much. It would just be too much. There's one is enough.
Yeah, one's enough. One's enough. Even though both of my boys are Garcias also, but they won't be able to make it because my son, he's the first mate of the boat that he works on, and my other son is he lives in Alaska with his mother.
Oh, cool.
That's my youngest. That's my youngest.
Yeah, because I want to know about that a little bit, Alaskan stuff. All right, so let's see. I don't really know that much about you. You don't care if I call you Berto, right?
No problem at all.
Okay. I know your name's Berto. I know you live in Florida, right?
Correct.
And that's about it. Honestly, that's about all I know. So, where in Florida do you live?
I'm in West Palm Beach. I'm like an hour away from Miami, like an hour and a half from Miami. It's mostly a little bit south from Daytona and all the other places.
So that the hurricane didn't even come close to you guys.
I know. It was on the other side.
Yeah.
On the Mexico side.
How long have you lived there in Florida?
Well, basically, I've been down here for almost 24 years.
Okay. And it's home, obviously. You like Florida.
Oh, I love Florida. As soon as I get out of work, I could go to the bar with no problem. Sun's still out. If I don't want to go to the bar, go to the beach and relax, or go fishing, or go to the pet stores. And the sun is still out. And I don't have to worry about shoveling all the damn snow if I could move my car.
Yeah.
And looking for a parking. Over in New York, it ain't easy.
So you've done that though. Sounds like we'll get into that. It sounds like you've been in those places. You haven't lived there your whole life, roughly. No. Not even, probably about half your life or so, right? You've lived in Florida, roughly. Right. Yeah.
I lived in New York for 28 years.
In New York City, or what part of New York?
Right in Manhattan, like 10 or 15 minutes from George Washington Bridge.
Okay.
To Jersey Bridge, to New Jersey.
Not for me. I'm not a city boy. I don't like the big cities. I've lived in a few and don't Yeah, it's just not for me. I mean, because I live in New York as well, but far from the city. I mean, I'm probably a 4-hour drive from the city, and I absolutely love it. But it's incredibly rural. You know, it's more like Wisconsin than New York City. You know, it's a lot of dairy farms and cheese curds and nature.
Yeah.
Okay, so and what made you leave New York City for Florida? Just got tired of shoveling the snow. Although Manhattan doesn't get that much snow, New York City does not get that much snow. They really don't.
It's just a little personal thing, and I just decided to move down here. And then within a year later, I asked for my son, and I know he was not going to do good over there in school. And then when I found out that he was not doing good in school, so I had him come down, and I showed him how Florida is. That it's not like in New York or anything like that. And he became a great, great son. He started going to school with no problems, straight A's, took him fishing. Every time he got a great grade, I was taking him fishing. That was how I was rewarding him. And he was learning all the tricks and trades. And now, for being on that boat, now that he's the first mate of that boat, he was just a customer as he was. And then they offered him the job, and he took over as soon as he left high school. And I thought he was going to go to college, but it's the lifestyle that he chose. But I know it would have been nice if he would have go to college, but he started doing real good, and his customer service skills, learning the boat from in and out, the engines, the components. He knows everything on the boat. So they gave him the job, and ever since he'd been on there.
And what kind of boat is it? Cruise ship? Is it a fishing vessel?
It's a drift boat. It takes at least about like 40 to 50 people on the boat.
What kind of boat is it?
It's a drift boat. They call it drift boat. It's just a regular big boat, but they don't drop no anchor. They just as soon as they turn off the engines, the boat just starts drifting with the current.
But what's the purpose of it? I mean, is it a fishing boat?
Fishing boat.
Okay, yeah. So you think that the time when you guys went fishing as when he was a lot younger, made him fall in love with it. So it just was perfect for him. Then you think that had anything to do with it?
In a way, yes, because he was just keeping him off the mind of him doing other crazy things. Because I didn't want him to grow up like I did. I wanted something better for him. And I'm really proud for all the stuff that he's been doing. He's a great kid. But now he's 25 or 26.
Yeah. Not a kid anymore, but we still call them kids.
Yeah.
Right? They're always your kids. They'll be your kids forever.
And especially when they're in front of their friends or in front of our friends, and they be like, "Would you start calling me kid? I ain't a kid."
Might never do that. Might never, I'll just say this is my kid or my son, but my oldest is 30, and I have a daughter who's 25, and then one is 21 too. So quite a spread. But they never really. I don't know. Maybe they are, and they just don't say it to me because I used to beat them so much. Maybe that was so they're afraid to talk back. Maybe that's why. I'm just kidding, people. I didn't beat my kids. I'm just joking. I would never beat my kids.
Just give them that like that wrestler, The Rock. Give them the eye lift. They know already. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that.
I can't really do it like he can, though. I mean, I can get that one eyebrow up there, but it doesn't look anything like him.
I don't know about me.
Okay, but you mentioned you have another son too that lives in Alaska with his mom. So did she move from New York up to Alaska?
When I first moved down here, that's where I met her. I met her in Florida.
Oh, okay.
And everything was okay. Then it went sideways. Okay. So she moved back to the Bahamas, came back to Florida, and the whole family just decided to just pick up and left to Alaska.
Wow.
But at least he calls me He's doing what he got to do. Got himself a job. He graduated from high school. He's doing what he got to do, and he got his own place. And probably next week or last week, he got himself his own personal car. Got his own car, his own apartment, all on his own. And I'm proud of my kids. They do. I teach them the ropes. If I can, I'll help. But sometimes they just do it on their own. Like the same way I learned everything on my own. Even though they
Yeah.
told me, don't do this, don't do that. I'm just, okay, you're just giving me courage to go do something that I
Yeah.
shouldn't do, and I do it. And there it is.
I think that's the right way. I mean, personally, I mean, there's a lot of you can't tell them every single thing. You got to just give them the basics and let them figure out things on their own. I think that's the right way to do it, because you give them too much, like you said, they're just not going to listen. Everybody seems to need to learn on their own. I mean, I'm really bad that way still to this day, and I'm friggin' old. If somebody tells me I need to do something, I push back on it. I'll say, well, let me look at this and see, but I think that's the better way to do it. So she lived in the Bahamas, and she went and Florida, and she went to Alaska from there.
Yeah. From Florida, she went to Alaska.
That's got to be quite the culture shock.
Yeah.
I mean, going from those warm areas, did she live like in the Bahamas and Florida her entire life?
She was living in the Bahamas. Most of her life was in the Bahamas. But then she had family and friends here in Florida, so they moved over here. And then after a few hurricanes that we had, they decided to go back to the Bahamas. And then after the Bahamas, it looked like it didn't work out for them, and they came back to Florida, did what they had to do. The mother leaves first. She finds a job, and then comes back and starts telling everybody about how good it is in Alaska. So they all started packing up, and my son didn't want to leave. He wanted to stay living with me. And she says, no, you're not 18. You got to come with me. I'm like, yeah, but let him stay here. Don't worry about it. I'll keep an eye on him. I'll take care of him. Look how I got Isaac. I'm taking care of Isaac with no problem. Now that's my son. I was no problem. I don't want to have no problems. Son, you got my number. Just let me know, and I'll do what I can and help you out. And ever since, hey Dad, how you doing? How's everything? I said, hey son, everything's good. What you need? I goes, okay, son, no problem. I'll cash app you in a minute.
That's still amazing to me, though, that the move from someplace like the Bahamas, where you've never seen snow, to Alaska, where some places it snows most of the year. That's a huge change.
Yeah, and that kid, for being his size, he's about 6'4", 6'5", and he's only 19 now. And he sent me a picture of his senior picture with his with the lumberjack jacket and everything. He's holding an axe. I mean, oh my God, you're a cool buddy.
He went full Alaskan. He went full on Alaskan. Have you ever gone up there to visit? Have you ever been up there?
Not yet.
Yeah. Do you want to? Do you want to go
like
there?
I would like to, but the thing is, I'm trying to keep it neutral. If you understand what I'm saying, because the family.
Sure.
Because at first it could be okay, and then I know I don't want that.
I got you. I understand. Yeah. All right. So just New York and Florida, those are the only two places you've lived.
Yes.
Have you traveled around the states or out of the states any bit? I mean, have you traveled around a little bit?
I've been to Dominican Republic. I've been to Canada. When I went to Canada, that was when I was a little kid. I was around like 11 or 12. That was my first time. I was like, oh my God, look at this place.
Yeah, coming from the city. Yeah, coming from the city and going, you probably went into Montreal or Ontario, right?
That's what it was.
Montreal, yeah, yeah, because that's only what, about a 6 hour? No, that's probably about an 8 hour drive from the city. But that would be culture shock as well, because Montreal's a big city, but not like, and all the wildlife.
And my father, rest his soul, when he went up there, when he took us in, and we had to go through the gate, and they're gonna ask passports and all this, and I did some of this. Pop, why are they asking for all this? What? We don't need to give them all that. He goes, no, you're going from state to state. You got to show your ID, and they're gonna put in the records and all that. I'm just, oh, so at first I didn't know that about.
Often until right until about 2008, I think. I could be wrong. I don't remember the time. Maybe it was 2012. You could go across into Canada without showing anything. If you were like Niagara Falls area, you didn't have to show anything. You didn't have to. Once in a while, they would stop you and ask for stuff. But most of the time, you pull up at the little thing. They'd say, "Okay, why are you here? We're spending the weekend, at the falls," and that's it. Okay, have a good time. But since that time, they have changed it. Now you have to have a passport or the I forgot the name of the ID is. It's the enhanced driver's license. Which is unfortunate, but still, it's still not that big of a deal. It was nice, though, being able to just go right across the border. Even if you didn't have a picture ID, they'd let you across and let you back if you had, New York plates or something. Yeah. But, oh, well, I understand why it changed. Okay, so Dominican, a vacation, or why'd you go down to the Dominican Republic?
I went down there for a vacation. That was in 1986. That was the last time I ever went back over there. My biological father was living over there. He couldn't come to the States.
Okay.
Little problems that he had. But my mother was just always sending us over there for the summer break. And me and my brother were always having fun. And my cousins that were living there and their friends, and it's, they're rich cousins. The rich cousins are here.
Yeah.
But we understand that one was coming from, because over there in the Dominican Republic, if you work over there, your paycheck is not weekly or bi-weekly, it's monthly. And that paycheck is so, oh my God. It's almost like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
I don't know how they could live up there, but they do it wonderfully. But when we used to show up, my aunt, my uncles, everybody having a big feast. And I'm like, okay, we're having this big feast. I hope this lasts for the whole week for them, because they just spend the last dollars that they had saved. But little did they know, every time when I was leaving, I'm going to go to the kitchen, go to the cabinet, there's a jar there, and just open it up. And I gave them all American dollars. And I was always leaving them at least like $200 to $300.
Nice. Yeah, which was huge. Like you said, it was huge for them. But they were willing to give their last just to have a good time with you. So you went there quite often, though, right? You said you almost every summer you would go over?
Every summer when I was younger. Last time when I got to 1986, that's when I didn't go back. My parents were like this. So you want to go over there? I said, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the Dominican Republic. And they go, so what you gonna do for the summer? I said, take me to Long Island. And I went and stayed in my uncle's house. And when I got there, my uncle goes, you're not here to just go hang out. You're going to be here working. I go, so what you want me to do? He goes, cut the grass, trim the hedges, and I'm having a problem with my roof. Can you, you know how to put new tar paper and tar and all that? I goes, just give me the materials and I'll do it. And to this day, he always tells me my roof doesn't leak. And it's almost going to like almost 24 years, and it still hasn't leaked. That's how good I did
it. And you had no idea what you were doing, though. You just figured it out.
I figured it out. My other uncle showed me a little bit, And I took it and I ran with it. And that's how I always been doing it. And my parents, they be having leaks. I mean, you want me to go up there and fix it? No, I got somebody coming. So they were paying these guys almost who knows how much, and they still getting they have
Yeah.
little leaks. I go this. You don't want me to go up there? No, they're coming back to fix it. They know what they're doing. I goes, okay, no problem. And my uncle shows up. He came down to visit, and he tells my parents, so you having problems with the roof? Why don't you tell Junior to go ahead and fix it? Because my roof is fixed, and it hasn't been leaking. So why don't you get him? And he goes, keep spending your money.
Yeah.
I bet you he fixes it in one day with no problem.
Do you like doing that kind of stuff still to this day? Do you get up on the roof and do your own roof, or are you still into that kind of stuff?
I could get on the roof with no problem, but sometimes now since I'm already 52 years old, and when I look down, I'm just whoa. I should have never looked down. Whoa, I should have never looked down.
Yeah.
But when I was young, over there in New York, I used to jump from roof to roof. I used to just jump from roof to roof like crazy.
I can't even imagine going on the roof now, but not that long ago I had a wooden kayak and I would put one of those inflatable Santas in it for Christmas time. So usually, around the middle of November, I would take it up and put it on the roof. We had eye holes up there and we'd attach it and it would stay up there. I had no problem doing that. But that was probably 10 years ago. Now I can't even imagine attempting to get up on the roof. I could just imagine my legs would shake, the whole ladder be shaking as I'm going up, just.
There's no problem me going up. But as soon as I'm up there, I'm feeling like a king. Oh, man, down for why? And then I can't even get back down.
So why did you stop going to the Dominican though? Why did you not want to go anymore? What was it about it? It was just too much, the trip itself and being away from home, or what was it that made you not want to go down there anymore?
It was just because part of my family they were all moving from Dominican Republic coming to the States. And it was going to be a waste of money, me going over there to visit. But the other thing is that the young kids out there that were on the motorcycles, there was always two guys on one of those dirt bikes, and one of them jump off and pull a gun on you and rob you. And they know right away, he's not from here. We could rob him. He's the victim. And I didn't want to deal with that. So I said,
that wasn't family though. That was just somebody in the neighborhood.
In the neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Even when you went to the beach, you had to be like this. I can't live in that lifestyle. I can't go visit somewhere and be like this. I can't.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
I want to enjoy it.
So you just didn't really feel comfortable and safe at that time. Gotcha. I wonder. Go ahead.
It's almost like the movie, like how it is, in L.A., Compton.
Oh, gotcha.
You gotta be careful what colors you're wearing and all that. There's too many gangs and those were the days. Just forget about it. But they just want to live that lifestyle. They just want to keep with that stupid lifestyle.
I wonder if it's still like that today, or if you said that's quite a long time ago. So I bet you things have changed quite a bit, good or bad. So I'm curious on how what it's like. I've never been, so I don't even think I know anybody other than you that's been there. At least nobody that I remember talking to about it. Huh. Interesting. So do you still have family over there today? I keep saying over there. It's really down there. For you, it's over there. Well, it's still
there,
down
there.
Yeah, it's still.
My uncle's still over there, and two of my aunts, they're still over there. But we still stay in touch.
Do you talk to them much or at all? Are you close with that side of the family? Okay. I'm just always curious about.
From my mother's side of the family, and from my biological father's side, I don't even hardly talk to them too much because sometimes they ask, "Hey, how you doing? How's everything? Oh, everything's wonderful." Hey, by any chance, can you could send me on this? I can't right now. I just finished paying my bill. Oh, you always got. Hey, I can't help you. You call at the time I pay my bills.
Yeah.
My bills come first.
Well, and besides, I know it seems like people might be rich here, but everything costs a lot more as well. So the money doesn't go near as far as it would there. So, people have to understand. Oh, well, it is what it is. Okay.
The money changes over there just for one American dollar. The last time I checked, it was 35 pesos for one American dollar. And whoever goes to visit, how in the world are you going to be walking around with all that money in pesos? Because your pocket's going to be full, your backpack is going to be full.
Yeah. I guess I never thought of that. I don't even use money that often anymore because, well, I don't travel. So I suppose if I went to another country, I would have the ability to do that. But yeah, I haven't been any place else. I haven't been out of the country. I haven't been to Canada, which we're not even that far. God, it's been at least 10 years, probably more than that, probably about 15 years, maybe even 20 since I've been to
How about Canada. 20? Just to make sure.
Yeah.
20.
We'll go with 20. We'll go with 20, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, regardless. Okay. What about family there around you in Florida? Do you have a lot of your family around you?
My mother's right next door.
Okay, very, very much around you. That's cool.
And that's why with my stepfather, I consider him as my father, because he has done I give him the support and all the love for all the stuff that he does for me. With both backyards, I want to put a pond in the back, and I can't even put a pond because he has all these trees back here. Vegetable trees, avocado trees, hot peppers, cherry tomatoes, plantains, chiquita bananas, pineapple. And there's a fruit that is chocolate something, but when you open it up, it's just like you having a Jello. It's all chocolate pudding. It's amazing.
It's a fruit or something that's like chocolate pudding inside.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
I forgot that name of that.
We'll find out. Hopefully, if somebody in the chat wants to remind us about that on the second half, and please let us know what that is if you know, because I'm very, very curious about that. I love chocolate pudding. And if it was like in a plant, that's awesome. Okay, so mom is right next door, and you've got your oldest son. Does he live at home?
He lives with me.
Okay, your oldest son, and are you married now? Or are you living with somebody? You're in a relationship? Okay. Yeah. You said that. You said my group.
It's the worst. She does this to me all the time. She goes, what do you think? This finger kind of hurts. I'm like, every time she does that, is, what do you think about that fish tank? What do you think about that fish? It's coming.
How long are you guys? How long you been together?
We've already been together for 2 years.
And what's her name?
Lori Miller.
Lori. Hi, Lori. If you're watching. Hi, Lori.
Oh, Lori.
We'll meet her at the clash. So
yes,
okay, so it's you and Lori and your oldest son together in the house there.
Right.
Okay. What about brothers and sisters? You got you said you had a brother, right?
Yes. I have a brother from my mother's side. He lives up in New Jersey, in New Brunswick. And my other 3 brothers from my stepmother, I got one that's in one in Providence, Rhode Island, and there's another one he's been going back and forth, but he's mostly in Germany. He goes to Germany a lot, but he's an engineer. I love him to death, but I hate the snob. Just because you're engineer, that don't mean that you're better than anybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's the same. Everybody bleeds the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't try to put people down.
Yeah.
That's not in my book. And my other brother, he's up in I believe he's in Melbourne, Florida. And he's doing okay. He didn't get the hurricane either. Those are my other three brothers from my stepmother. But my other brother lives up in Jersey. That's my mother's side.
So no sisters, all brothers.
All brothers.
And did you really grow up with them? I mean, or did they sort of come in the picture at different times? And did you live
different
together?
times? My other three brothers they used to come in the picture when we were younger. They used to come and hang out with us. We had a good time. And when we got a little bit older, once in a while, but when I try to reach out to them, to my other three brothers, they say, hi, I'm a little busy right now. I said, okay, I get the picture. You'll call me, right? Okay. To this day, I'm still waiting. But my brother that lives in Jersey, whatever time I call him, it is, what you need? And I was, oh, just checking up on you. Oh, okay. You doing good? Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Well,
he does it on purpose. He calls me at 5 o'clock in the morning. Hey, are you gonna get up to go to work?
Well, I was going to say that would be me too, because I don't like talking on the phone at all. I can't stand talking on the phone. You know, we had a very quick conversation, although I was leaving, but that's my normal conversation on the phone. I'll talk to people all day long face to face. I just hate talking on the phone, especially as I get older, because I have trouble hearing more than I used to, you know, so it's difficult. That's part of it. But the rest of it is I just, you know, I'd rather be face to face with people and talking, or as opposed to on the phone. So, okay, well, let's go a different way. Let's talk about hobbies a little bit. Besides the fish keeping, what are some things you like to? You know what? No, let's not dive into hobbies yet. What do you do for a living? What pays the bills?
Right now, it's a good paying job for now, but we'll see what happens in the future. But for now, it's going to be harder for me to get a different job. But for that one, I just work for a dry cleaning company. I pick up their dirty clothes and bring their clean clothes. Yeah, that's the one most of the day I've been doing it. And the best days that I like is Mondays and Thursdays. That's my short route. I'm done and I'm home. But when it comes to Tuesday and Friday, sometimes I could get out of there 5 or 6, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Monday and Thursday, Garcia's already done at 12, and I got the rest of the day.
Nice. Okay. Now, how long you been doing that roughly?
For now, for that job is going 2 years for that job.
Okay.
A year or 2.
Okay.
The other job I used to working in a warehouse. I used to do the strapping and wrapping, and the other guys, they pull the order, and I just put it all together, make sure everything's perfect. But now they're having problems when they try to put everything perfect, and when they ship it out, it gets damaged or anything like that. But it is what it is. I was there going up 5 years, but they let me go, and I said, okay, no problem. But now they're realizing that they got rid of the wrong person.
Yeah, gotcha. So, did you drive a forklift while you were there and put pallets on the thing that would shrink wrap them and stuff like that?
Yeah, I used to drive the forklift, and there was another machine that they call it the high-low. That you just stand on it.
Oh, scissor lift, right? We call it so you could go way up, like into the ceiling if you needed to.
No, it was just the forklifts just to go up.
Oh,
just looking up.
Okay. They're having a fireworks show, and I don't know if I don't think it's going to bother us at all. You guys probably won't be able to hear it. It's just going to distract me every once in a while when it's the really loud ones. They're having a fireworks show like right outside my window. So,
oh wow.
that's, this time of year, this is it. See, I live in a place where there's a bunch of cottagers, and they shut up the cottages after this week. Usually some of them stay till October, but after this week the entire neighborhood just gets super quiet, and I'm super looking forward to it. So we just got to get through one more fireworks show, and then
I got something for you, Rico. Rico.
What's that? Let me see. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
How'd you get her to come in? Just said we had one to meet her.
No, she just got out of work, and now she's home and everything. Hey guys, don't tell her to watch the replay. It's a secret.
Well, Lori, I look forward to hanging out with you guys at the Clash.
Yeah.
We're going to be there. Actually, there's going to be about 95 of us or so, roughly, from our community, just from the community. That there's probably going to be about 400 to 500 people at the event, but about 95 or so just from the community. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It really is.
Ready.
All right. I'm gonna be here for a while, so you're gonna have to hold the fort with the dog. Thank you, and I love you. Sorry.
Thanks for coming in, Lori.
Oh, no problem.
Okay. Jobs. What about any other like older jobs that you had that were interesting or fun, or you missed or you hated? Anything that you did throughout the years that really stood out to you?
Well, in New York, I used to work in an auto parts store, and that was an excellent job. But after my other stepfather that I had at the time, when he passed away, my mom was by herself, so I had to move back. I had to move to Florida. That was when I first moved down to Florida, because I had to take care of her. I used to work in the auto parts store, and then over here, I got myself a job as a steel vendor for Rinkers.
For what?
Rinkers company, Rinkers. I was a steel vendor.
Oh, okay.
And then from there, from the steel vendors, and I went to work at Pet Boys. Then after Pet Boys, worked at Maroney Lincoln Mercury. And after Maroney Lincoln Mercury, I went to Comcast. And I loved that job.
What'd you do at Comcast? Were you installer or what?
I was one of the installers.
Yeah. Okay.
I was one of those subcontractors. But there was some places that I was going, and there was times they put me in the hood, and I'm like this, and they were like this, "Are you here to cut my cable?" I'm like this, no. Here's a little piece of cable. What's that for? When you see another truck coming, just tell them that I already cut your cable. Just show them that little piece of cable. That was it.
My dad used to do that way back long time ago. Had to be the early 80s. They used to use filters in line. So like if you paid for a certain HBO, let's say, all that stuff was there, but they used these metal filters, and you had to have that filter for HBO. So your cable connection could be like this long with just all these metal tubes, these filters, if you paid for all the different channels and stuff. It was interesting how they did it. So he would just hook up people, much like you did, with all those filters in line, and they would get those, HBO or whatever it was at the, Showtime, all those premium channels. So that was a long time ago. I'm sure the technology is totally different today.
Yeah, because then when they started going, it's before they used to be like, go ahead and cut this. They used to give me a whole list where to go, disconnect them, put a blockage and all that. But then out of nowhere, I didn't hear no more of that. I mean, what happened? No more disconnection? Oh, no. Now they do it off the office, because with the technology,
gotcha.
Now they just at the office, just hit that button, and you disconnect it until you pay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So that climbing on the ladder or going dealing in the backyard with the dogs. But I was a smart one. They're like, how the hell are you going to deal with the dogs? I'm like, just simple. I had my own doggy bag. I used to bring the treats. I'm like, hey, boy. Whoop, give him the treats. And he would just stay right next to me. And they all be like, What did you do to my dog? He's supposed to be a watchdog. I guess he smells my dog.
He's watching. He's watching me. Yeah.
I never told the customers that I was giving them treats.
Did you ever have a problem with the dogs? Did you ever get bit, or did you ever have any like super aggressive dogs?
When I used to work for the hay company, I used to deliver hay and grain for the horses. And they're like, "Oh, what's with that dog?" I said, "Oh, dogs love me." That dog came over, smelled me. He sat down, put his paw up, and I said, "I told you he was a good dog." As soon as I put my hand out, he ripped from my hand.
It's
He
my dog.
fooled me. He fooled me.
Yeah.
And I never went back to that barn. And they always wanted me to come back because I used to set it up so perfect. I'm like, if you want me to come back,
Put the dog
you
away.
ready for the days I'm coming? Lock that dog up.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go into hobbies. What do you like to do in your spare time? You mentioned fishing with your son. Do you still like to fish today? Do you go fishing often?
Soon as I have that chance, I just go on the boat, and my son says, "Oh, you here to fish?" I says, "I don't see you bring me fish. You don't bring grandma fish, so I got to catch fish for me and grandma."
Yeah.
And I just go ahead and catch those fishes, and I always catch those big muttons. And like that day I was on the boat, I caught a nice big mutton, and my son, he just takes my pole and runs through the whole boat. "This is what we're looking for. This is what we're looking for." And everybody's like this trying to catch the fish, but they couldn't even catch it. And then when I was younger, when my father used to be real good and everything, he goes, "If you can bring me good grades, I'll give you your allowance and I'll take you to the pet shop." And me, I wanted to fill up the whole tank because at that time it was Petland, and they always had those buy three get one free, buy three get one free, and I was like, "Oh." I wanted to fill up the tank, and it was all nano fishes. And he goes, "You cannot fill up the tank like that. If I see any more fishes, I'm throwing all the fishes down the toilet."
Jesus.
And when I came back with one more fish, I saw them going like this, scooping them out, throwing them in the toilet. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. And to this day, even though rest his soul, I still apologize to him for me putting my hands on him. But he was just teaching me for that size tank. At that time, it was what was it? I think it was a 20-gallon high. But me, I wanted to fill that up just like the way they had it in the fish shop.
Yeah, but there's a better way to teach you rather than killing the fish. You know what I mean? Put his foot down and say, "Okay, well, you know."
He was going to show me, but me, knucklehead that I am, I didn't listen. But then everything turned out beautiful. And then from there, as time went by, I got my own fish tank. I didn't have to worry about anybody telling me anything. I had my first Oscar. He was the only one in that big tank. I was happy to see him. But when I came back, what are you doing on the floor? And the Oscar was pretty big. It jumped right out of the tank. And that hurt me. And then I just said, "No more fishes for me." And then I just decided to do go fishing up in New York. And then there were times that I was thinking of something else to do. And I started flying pigeons.
Oh, okay.
Pigeons.
Yeah.
And then I got into the pigeons. And I used to take them anywhere, and they were just right on the roof by the time I got back. They were faster than me. And then other people that had pigeons in that area, they want to have a little competition. Let's take the birds. You take your birds, and I'll take mine. Let's take them over here. like you could say about like 20, 30 blocks away, let them go and see who goes home. And there was times that they'll catch one bird from me because the bird got confused, landed on his roof instead of landing on my roof. But some of his birds used to land on my roof.
Yeah. Okay.
It was just a little game, interesting. But then I had a
What made you get into that too? Where did you hear about like pigeons and stuff, and what made you get into it? Did you know
there was
somebody
one
else?
guy. It was a guy that he came up to me. He goes, "You ever heard about flying pigeons like the Italians used to do back then and all that?" Mess? Flying pigeons. Those are just flexible wings. Pigeons. They're sick. No. These are different. Here's some books. Read on it. We read it. I felt more happy, more interesting on it. Went to my roof, built my pigeon coop, and I started buying my birds.
How many did you have at the most, like the peak? How many pigeons did you have?
I had at least 120 pigeons.
Jesus.
They were producing like rabbits.
Wow.
And there was one time that the landlord, he comes over to me and he goes, "If you want to keep living in this building and you love this apartment, do you want to see your mother living in the streets?" I goes, "No." "Well, you have to take that pigeon coop down." Honest, I'll get rid of the birds, but I don't know how I'm gonna take down that pigeon coop. I build it so strong that nobody can steal it. My birds, they're expensive. He goes, "Well, you get rid of the birds, I'll find a way to get rid of the pigeon coop." I goes, "Okay." I took the birds to one pet shop to the Bronx that was farther from me. And I said, "Nobody's gonna, whoever buys these birds they ain't gonna come back this way because it's been too far." 3 days later, they're right back on the roof.
Yeah.
And he tells me, "Didn't I tell you to get rid of the birds?" So
I
took
did.
him to a room. And the funny thing is that every time I was taking them to different pet shops, they were giving me money for the birds. And they kept coming back. I take them back to the pet shop. And they're like, "Hey, what are you doing over here?" I said, "Hey, whoever buys these birds, tell them to keep it in their coop for at least a month,
Yeah.
but they won't come back to me."
Yeah.
"Okay, no problem." They did that, and they still came back. And one bird, I don't know how he knew where I live, and he came through the kitchen window. He came through the kitchen window and landed on my bed. I'm like, "What the?" So that was the only bird I stayed with. Kept them inside the house. Then, for being locked up in the house and everything like that, but even though I was feeding him, giving him water and food, I guess from the old age, and he died.
Hmm.
That was one of my favorite birds. He was so solid yellow with gray eyes.
What was his name?
His name was Goldie.
Goldie?
Yeah. That was one of my favorite birds. And I sometimes think about it, but I got fish tanks now. I can't get it back into pigeons because even though I could have right in my backyard, I could do a pigeon coop. But just dealing with the tanks, dealing with editing videos, going places. That's what I'm focused on right now. Going to different places and promote everybody that I can, even though they're a big channel or small channel. I would like to promote everybody and just keep on doing what I do. Because I'm a big hard guy and I love everybody. And I just want to leave a legacy of Garcia Aquatics. He helped me out and everybody. That's how I want to do. I just want to help out everybody. Even though I can't help too many people, but I do the best I can.
Sure.
To the best of my ability. Help out everybody.
And I'm with you. It's important to support the community and your friends. You know, I've made some really, really close friends since joining this community, and I do my best. I'm with you though. I can't do the support that I want to do, but I do the best I can. I try to. That's why I do, this. That's why we did 105 or 106 of these now, and so it's super important to me as well. It's trying to get the word out, because I've been the recipient of an amazing amount of support, so I want to pay it back as much as I can, and I can't do it in a monetary fashion like it comes in, so I do the best I can otherwise. It's important. I think you gotta just leaving a positive every time you can, if a positive interaction with other people. It could be a negative situation, but if you turn it into a positive and turn things around, everybody comes out of it doing better. Life doesn't have to be all conflict. It doesn't have to be. You can choose to live that way, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can work with people and be kind. It's really not that hard. It really isn't.
You just gotta be yourself. One time period, and don't try to be somebody else. Be yourself.
Sincere.
If you can't be yourself, don't do nothing. Don't try to convince somebody to help somebody if you're not believing in yourself. If you believe in yourself and you be yourself, a lot of blessings will come your way.
Okay, other hobbies. Is there anything else that you do in your spare time that you really like to do? Do you play any video games? Do you like to, we'll get into movie and TV stuff later, because I know they asked that question, but is there anything else that you really enjoy doing?
Just doing my YouTube and being on my lives and taking care of the fish. And even though I didn't want to say this, but there's two people, Eric from Chroma Guppies and Brother Drew Aquariums, us three in the future, we're trying to put something together. We're going to be helping out the kids, just like Fishy Biz does.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to really do is have a little studio, and I'll have some people come over that's been in the hobby, so they can show the kids how to set up tanks, and Chance, he's a great guy with the aquascaping, because he does that in Aquashella. And when I get that little studio, I'm having him show the people one-on-one how to keep the tanks, what plants to use, how the plants are, to educate everybody. And I'm trying to work something out like that with the two helps of Eric from Chroma Guppies and Brother Drew. And
I'm sorry. What's Eric from what Guppies?
Chroma Guppies.
I don't know if I know Eric. Drew, I've seen around. I've seen Brother Drew around in different streams.
Yeah. And Chroma Guppies, I'm trying to get him how to do the videos right. The thing is, he got 3 different channels. But he don't have enough subscribers or anything like that. But I'm trying to help him out with that. But it's going to come along. It's going to take a little time with Chroma Guppies. But he's my local breeder.
Okay.
Right now, he's breeding my Exodons.
Nice.
My neon cardinals. He got his own guppies, mud guppies, and regular guppies. And now he just got some Oscars that he's gonna be trying to breed also, and African cichlids. And sooner or later, when my fructosis get a little bigger and ready to breed, I'm gonna have him breed fructosis also. So he's basically my local breeder.
Gotcha. Who else is close by you there? Is there anybody else that we know from the community?
Aquatics.
Haven't seen him. I haven't seen Ricky hardly at all. Love Ricky. Ricky's a great guy.
He's a great guy, but he's in a different level right now. He's working a lot. And on his spare time, he goes with his son kayaking, catching, like he caught right now, he just caught a clown knife. And probably like 2-3 weeks ago, he caught peacock bass also. So he's doing okay.
Well,
And Aqua
when you
Funk,
see him next, sorry to interrupt you. When you see him next time, tell him I said hi because he used to come around a lot. He was even on the Focus On maybe about a year ago, but I see him on Instagram every once in a great while, and that's about it. Always enjoyed talking to him and hanging out with him.
and also he and Aqua Funk, he's in
Yeah.
I believe he's in Tampa or Orlando.
I know he's not super far, right? Him and Ricky aren't far from each other.
Yeah, Ricky, Ricky's only like about 10, 15 minutes from me.
Okay.
Aqua Funk is like 2 hours away from me.
Oh, I thought he was closer. That's another person I used to talk to all the time, and I haven't talked to him in forever. I don't know why. Same with like Drew. I used to always talk to Drew quite often, and I haven't seen him I watched one of his replays the other day, but it's weird how you go through these phases and sort of, it's not that I fell out with those people. I love all those people, Drew and Aquafunk and Ricky. They're all, but I just don't see them much these days.
Sometimes people got to focus on their life.
Sure.
Because,
yep.
Put it this way, they got a life, but when they get into the YouTube too in it,
yeah,
if they start forgetting about the family.
Yeah.
But me, I'm just like a special breed or something because I could focus on YouTube and my family. But when YouTube is calling me, that's gonna have to wait. Let me take care of the family first. So when I'm done with the family, I'll bring the YouTube back in. I just gotta focus. And that's mostly it should be. A lot of people fall off on that. They forget about the family.
YouTube can be very, it can be very time consuming. That's for sure. Okay. So before we open it up to questions from the chat, and I see a bunch of cool people here. Is there anything we didn't talk about that you'd like to bring up? Even if you'd like to promote something from your channel, or is there anything from your personal life that we didn't really talk about that you thought was important?
Yeah, I think we covered mostly everything.
Okay.
I just want to say is always be prepared, but you never know when Garcia Aquatics is going to go on. Garcia Aquatics go on Sunday, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time, and Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, guys, don't forget about Fishy Biz. Every donation you guys help him out with, he shows you what he's doing. Help out Fishy Biz. And sorry, I know they could put it in the chat, but I have a little sign that I had up here and it fell off. Well, there's the his Cash App.
Yeah.
There's while we're doing it, hashtag FTK for the kids, guys. Keep that 39 away.
And for anybody that doesn't know, which I doubt, I think most people here know, but for anybody that doesn't know, Drew is a teacher in St. Louis. Actually, I don't know if he teaches in St. Louis. He's in Missouri. And he does a ton of stuff for the kids at his school. Just a ton of stuff. Like he's done Thanksgiving stuff where they put together Thanksgiving dinners. He's done Christmas. He goes above and beyond for the kids. And most of the super chats and stuff that he gets from his channel and from the Cash App there go towards this, and putting together programs and stuff at the school for the kids and giving the kids tanks and, fish and all kinds of stuff. So it's amazing what he does. Just shows what kind of person he is.
He does the videos on everything.
Yeah.
Anything that he's doing, like he's buying something in the pet shop for the classroom or anything, he shows you. He's not one of those type of people that just take donations and don't show anything at all.
Yeah.
He shows you everything. He's down to earth and he's real.
Okay.
And Guys, don't forget about Rico. You gotta take care of this guy.
They take care of me. They don't forget about me. I'm one of the
how
luckiest.
Rico is. You gotta take care of that guy like he take care of me. Take care of everybody. You gotta show the love.
I am one of the luckiest people in the community. They take care of me above and beyond. So, all right. So, hi, Victor. The very first question I see is from my brother Ed, and he wants to know. Please say hi to Garcia from me, and ask him what continent he would like to visit, but he has to take me with you.
Well,
What continent? What continent would you like to visit?
What continent I would like to visit? To be honest with you, I would like to go to Brazil or Costa Rica.
South America. Okay. I'd definitely go to South America. I'd like to go to Peru, see Dr. Anthony, and definitely Brazil and Costa Rica. Beautiful, beautiful place. Costa Rica might actually be the best out of all those.
And also Italy.
Yeah. Just Italy?
Italy.
What's so special about Italy to you? What is it? What holds your
your culture?
Yeah.
It's just the way that the culture is. It's so nice. It's just other people looked at it wrong because of how it was way back then with the mafia and anything like that. I just want to go there because you get that true natural pasta, real homemade from the motherland. Even though I'm not Italian, but I used to hang out with a lot of Italians and they show me the culture.
My mom was Italian, so yeah, I get it. I get it. Although she didn't really cook all that much, to be honest. She was a strange one. But anyways, thank you, Lori, for dropping the links. She did drop all the links for Drew as well. And you guys, mods, you know you're more than welcome to always drop any of those types of links. I think you guys know that. Next up is from Zenny. She wants to know if you were an ice cream flavor, which one would you be? She asked pistachio, okay. And a cone or a bowl, sprinkles or just the ice cream?
Just the ice cream right out of the.
Okay.
I can't do 1, 2, 3 and put it away. No, I bought it. It's gone the whole day. It's gone that day.
I do enjoy. I'm always like, taking the carton out, and I look in there, and I'm like, there's really not enough, So I just say, I'm going to eat the rest of this. Anybody care? And I do eat right out of there. Thank you, Victor Coco, for the $3 super chat too. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, and I appreciate you hanging around a lot over the last few months too. You've been in a lot of the streams, and I notice those things. Mikey B wants to know, how long does it take someone to prepare their vocal talent for a fish convention? Asking for a friend. So, Mike and Maritza are going to be bringing some of their. I think pretty much all the instruments, so that we're going to have some live music at the Keystone Clash. And I said that I would, if I have enough of the adult beverages to lubricate things, that I would go up and maybe sing like a 70s hit or something. So we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see if I feel brave enough to do that at the actual event.
They want me to sing so damn bad. I'm not doing it. I told them already a million times, a quadrillion times, I'm not singing, Maritza.
Why?
Because I can't sing.
I don't. Yeah, me neither. Me neither. I love to, but I can't. So maybe we'll do a duet. Islands in the Stream. You and me. That's it. We're doing it. Islands in the Stream.
Oh, Lord.
M&C Aquatics. Thank you. Just dropped in. So M&C, for people who don't know, is going through quite a bit. He probably is going to be in the hospital for quite some time. I wanted to talk about that at the midway, too, just so there was more people in here than at the beginning. But Maritza, or excuse me, I saw Maritza's quote thing there. M&C, if, you guys, when was that, too? That was just a few minutes ago, so he's still here. So, if you see him here, other places, just reach out to the guy and let him know he's having a rough time right now. Probably going to be in the hospital for quite some time, and it's not fun. It's not fun, and he could use some support. So, okay. Next is Maritza says, ask Garcia how many Pitoros would it take for him to do live band karaoke. Did I pronounce that right? Pitoros? Pitorros. Maybe I pronounced it wrong.
I'm not gonna sing. Pitoros, you know what's Pitoro? Moonshine, Puerto Rican moonshine.
Okay.
You really want me to be on all fours and trying to sing? No.
Let's see.
Asking what's my favorite movie?
Yes.
Manolo, Give Me the Morning. And don't forget the Yayo. I love Tony Montana.
Oh, gotcha. Ed said I was supposed to make you change his mind and come up with a better one, but that's Scarface, man. I can't. That's a great movie. Didn't they remake it? I think they remade it, didn't
they? Did a remake, but it was not. There was no hardly nothing change.
Yeah, I didn't see it. It wasn't Pacino, so I didn't see it.
It was just extended a little bit more. That's all it was. But
it wasn't a true remake. It wasn't an actual remake. It was just
a little extension. That's what they did.
Like
the parts that they took out. Because if you see the original and then you see the remake, you can see it.
Okay. For some reason, I thought they did they made a new one. Zen Ginger says she feels like you could do a wicked Tone Loc, Funky Cold Medina. Yeah. You got that, that raspy. Okay, Zenny wants to know if you could keep 1,000 of one nanofish in a huge tank, which one would you pick? And then, she's got a second part to that, but we'll start with that. So you could keep 1,000 of one fish. Which fish would it be?
It'll be in a black water, and it'll be black neons.
They are pretty damn cool.
I like the way they move. They school together, and I love them.
So she also asked, what would the tank look like? You said black water, shape or scape wise. So what else would be in there in that black water?
It would be a lot of. They'll mostly put a lot of guppy grass on top, and I'll put some moss on the driftwood, and some swords in the back. Nubius nanas in the front, and just basically almost like this tank I got here, but it'll be set up perfectly for the black nanos,
Gotcha.
The black neons.
Gotcha. Let's see.
How of one guy that loves his black water and his Brother Jewel aquariums, and that's where I got that idea from. It's the way he got that set up. I want to do a big tank just for the black neons.
Gotcha. And Maritza says she's bringing you some Pitoro.
Yes, Pitoro.
Oinky, I was thinking about you today, and I don't remember why. I was thinking about you, Crystal. Anyways, she wants to know, what fish would you never keep again?
That's a very hard choice because I love all my fishes.
Yeah. I haven't had any real bad experiences with anything I kept. I think I would keep. I can't think of anything that I've kept that I wouldn't want to have again. I didn't do a good job with bumblebee gobies. I only had them for about a year. They did not last long for me. So maybe bumblebee gobies, just because I felt like I didn't do a good job with them. I felt like I treated them badly. So maybe that would be mine.
Well, basically for me is the neon tetras, because they're so small and they're not too strong. There's so many crossbreeding and they don't last too long. But the only ones that last longer is the neon cardinals. Because the neon cardinals are stronger, just like the black neons. Those are the two strong genes that I like. But the regular Cardinals, I mean the regular Neons, even though they look the same as the Neon Cardinals, but their genes are not strong enough. Even though if you try to breed it, you think you're getting a good batch after you breed them, it falls right off. They won't last too long. Those are the ones I won't keep. But I'll keep the Neon Cardinals and the Black Neons.
Okay. Next is Ed. He wants to know if they've never invented cars, what would be your choice of transportation? There's no cars, so how would you get around?
I'll get a bike, stay in shape, or a skateboard.
We could use more bikes in this country. We really could. A lot more, make it more like Amsterdam. So, Dapper, wow. I think that was thunder. I can't tell, though. There's fireworks shows going off all over. But that sounded like a nice roll of thunder there. Oh, no. It's fireworks. They're that way. I hear it now. They're thump, 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 thump. Okay. Dapper Dennis is the next one. And I didn't mention this, but a lot of people have been doing this. Again, we're number 106 or so. I'm not sure. I always forget where we're at, but about 106 of the Focus On. So I've interviewed 106 people in our community, and a lot of people have asked questions. Myrtle's question has been asked in just about every single one of those episodes. And Dennis has been asking this one for quite some time now. It's been more than a year. But he wants to know, is there a person from history that you'd like to have a conversation with? And this is a two-parter as well, but we'll go with that one first. Who would you like to talk to from history?
From the history, who I would like to talk to? That's a good one.
Yeah, I like it. It think
gets your mind going. There's so many people in their history. I guess we have to get back to that one. I'm gonna keep that one in my mind to find.
Okay. And the second part of that is there a time that you would like to go back and visit? Like the 1700s or 1930s or anything like that. Is there a time that you would like to go back and visit for a while and see how they lived?
Hey, going back in the days, at the time when my mother was a teenager, in that era, it was like in 1940s or something like that. I would like to go visit that, and my great grandmother, how the whole family got together and came up. I want to go back in my history just to see my parents and my great grandparents, my ancestors, how they met and how the family started get so big.
Gotcha. Let's see, Mikey B, and this, it jumped on me. And this is what Mike's question he's been asking forever. So if you could have invented something that's already invented, but you're the one who brought it to humanity. So what item would that be? What thing would that be? What idea would it be?
What I would like to invent, it's already invented, and put it better. Oh, that's a good one. Another good one. So many things.
Yeah. My favorite answer, I think, so far has been the harnessing of electricity, because that changed our world. So far, I think that has been one of the biggest things, at least in modern times, that has changed our world, was the invention of electricity, right? Well, most of our society would not be able to be around today without electricity.
And now since you said electricity, and the one that invented electricity, that's who I would like to talk to too, and ask him questions. How how crazy are you gonna go out there with a kite with the
Oh,
and the key? Get it?
Benjamin Franklin, yeah.
That's who I would like to.
I
For
think
all the
he'd be
inventions
fun.
that he did.
Yeah. I think Benjamin Franklin would be fun to talk to. I mean, he was a big fan of like beer. Like I don't know if the quote was it was attributed to him, but I don't know if he really said it. But it went along the lines of beer is proof that God exists and love us. And I don't know about all that, but I just like the idea that he loved beer so much. He was so enamored with beer. I would love to go have a beer with Ben Franklin. That'd be fun.
That would be a great guy to meet. And I see that Maritza was asking about Puerto Rico. Well, my father that passed away, he was from Mayamón, from Puerto Rico, in Mayamón.
I don't see that one. Am I not down to it yet?
Oh, I probably went too. Okay.
That's all right. Not a big deal. I don't see it yet. And if I come to it, I'll remember not to ask. Zenny would like you to do the rest of your ideal life in 5 words. Describe the rest of your life that you want. If you could have the perfect life, describe that to us in 5 words. That could be a sentence, like I just want to be happy or whatever it is, or it could be 5 words that describe it. Whichever way works for you.
Bless everyone in love.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
I can.
That's
but
good.
I know I could have done it a little better and stuff like that. Because I remember you asking somebody that same question, and I tried to do it in 5. Because I remember seeing you going, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I know I went 6, but I just want to bless everybody. Like, since with all the blessing that I'm getting in my life and support from everybody, not only from my family, but all the great people that I'm meeting and everything, I just want to return it to everybody else, pay it forward.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm with you. I'm 100% right there with you. Big Cat would like to know if you believe in aliens.
Here, look. If I believe in aliens, everybody should believe in aliens. Look at Tommy. Tommy, 4 finger.
Oh.
Doesn't he look like an alien?
Tomatillo.
I know Tommy's watching. He does look like an alien to me.
No, he doesn't. He just looks like a Texan. That's all. He just looks like he's a tall and lanky Texan. And here's one from Ed. What was the one cartoon you had to watch as a child? Wait, hold on. Was there a cartoon when you were a kid that you just had to watch every time it was on? You loved it. You had to watch it.
Heathcliff.
Really? Heathcliff? I don't even remember the Heathcliff.
He was just it was almost like Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
He was like Dennis the Menace. But that cat was just one crazy cat. But in my younger years, I couldn't stay sleeping and not miss Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites.
And then there was a second part to that. Is there a cartoon that you enjoy today? Do you watch any of that kind of stuff?
Well, since I don't watch too much on the TV, I always go right out to YouTube. I just type it in the search bar and I watch Voltron, the old Transformers, the old G.I. Joe.
That's Ed's.
I mean, Jerry, all those old cartoons.
Yeah.
Those were my best. But I don't care with the. Even though I didn't like to talk about a little bit of politics, but they so many things that you don't see how the cartoons used to be. It's being too racist. They're being this. They're being that. I didn't see nothing like that. That's the people that's growing up now. They just want to put their opinions out there, And I don't care about those opinions because I grew up watching those cartoons. And if they was there, I didn't see it. I enjoy it. And I still watch it to this day. Until the day I die, until I leave my legacy behind.
This is Rick and Morty. That's one of the good ones that's out today. It's a new one, newer from the last, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 years. That's a good one. Venture Bros. There's a lot of good ones out there today. I watch a lot of adult cartoons. And I say that with that because I don't mean like pornography. Okay, I watch a lot of that too. But Lady Rorschach would like to know, out of all the things that are in the world to learn about, what is something that you wish you really just understood? What is there something that you wish you understood so well that like you could get up and give talks on it? You were considered an expert, and you don't care about the expert part of it, but just that you knew it so well. What is that?
Well, not only because I'm in the hobby now and stuff like that, but I always wanted to be more in it with the fresh water and the salt water, and understanding the fishes, their behavior more. Because when they ask me about this is what it is. This is how they behave. This is how everything down the line that everybody just says he knows about the fishes. He knows about the salt water. He knows about the fresh water. He knows the water parameters. He knows this. He knows that. That's where I really want to have my mind really, really into it.
Yeah. I bet you most of the chat feels the same about that one. The second part of that is there a book that has changed your life? Have you read a book that's changed your life?
To be honest with you, I haven't picked up a book since I left high school.
Okay.
I just read everything that's in the internet. Sometimes I believe in it. Sometimes I don't. But pieces and pieces, I just go and do my research to get the right answer that I want to know.
Let's see. Next up is Nathan. He says, and this is one that he's been asking. So it's a two-parter. There's one fish that he would save. Hold on. One fish there's only one fish in the aquarium hobby. Everybody keeps that same fish. What is it?
Guppies.
It's a couple people have answered that, and that's my answer too. I think that's a good one. There's a lot of variables in there that I think, there's a lot you can do. A lot of people can really get into keeping. So also, what is one fish that should not be in the hobby and nobody should be able to have unless research and things like that? Just regular hobbyists shouldn't be able to have.
The arapaimos, because the way I look at it, they're from out in the wild. And why have them in the tanks and then out of nowhere? You already know it doesn't fit new, it grows out of the tank. Then you have to build a bigger tank to put them in, or now you have to put them in the pond or a bigger pond so they can live. You're stressing out the fish, taking it out from the wild from being small, putting them in a regular big size tank. Then when you see them it's too big, then you have to move them again to another bigger tank that you built. Then you have to move them from there, but it's too big from there, and you have to put them in the pond. You're making that stress too much. And you want to really enjoy the fish. Just like the guppies, even though they don't get too big, or the Oscars, when they get big enough, just enjoy them until from the day they're born to the day they die. Just like my Frotosas, I bought them real small, and I'm enjoying them, but I know they're gonna outlive me. And they're very slow growers. Their behavior is beautiful. Their pattern is amazing, and especially when the little bit of blue that pops out on them when they ready to eat or when they're gonna mate. It's just beautiful, and I love it.
Excuse me. Next up is Oinky. She wants to know if do you have a favorite genre of films, or do you just like watching all kinds of stuff? Do you like, sci-fi? Do you have any movies? Are you big into movies at all?
I watch every movie.
You like all the different stuff?
Drama, murder, everything. I watch everything.
Harlequin romance novels or Harlequin romance movies?
The Titanic. Why did it sink?
Hey, don't make fun of people crying. That's my thing. That's my thing for crying. And Jay isn't here. I don't think I've seen Jay. Nano Aquarium guy, his question, I'm going to ask it in case he's not here today, but because it goes sort of with that. What's your favorite movie? Also, you said you didn't read books, but so let's just do with movie and TV shows. What's your favorite movie and what's your favorite TV show?
All right. Scarface is one of them. What's the book? The Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Even though some of it that's in the book is not in the movie.
Sure.
But in the book gives you more. But just watching it is different. But if you read it, you make it your mind. You put it in your taste, the way it should be.
Yeah.
The Harry Potter.
That's why I think it's super important. And other people disagree with me, and a lot of people don't do it. But you have to disconnect movies and TV shows away from their source material. So if it came from a comic book or it came from a book or whatever it is, whatever the source material is, this is a separate entity and you have to enjoy it just for what it is. You can't say, well, the book was so much better. Well, yeah, that's because you read it and you were able, like you said, to imagine all those scenes that way. You've got to disconnect it, or otherwise you're never really going to enjoy anything. You're just not.
If you read the book, and then when you already got your vision the way you want it,
yeah.
And then when you watch the movie, you be like, wait, I didn't see it. I didn't see that in my mind like that. It shouldn't be. Oh, why they did it like this? And then you will disagree on the whole movie.
Disconnecting is important there. So, okay, next up is Ed. Would you rather wear flip-flops on a mountain trail or steel-toe boots on the beach? Flip-flops on a mountain trail where you would normally have your nice hiking boots, or steel-toe boots on the beach?
First things first, I don't like flip-flops.
No?
I wear slides.
Okay.
One, I don't like those flip-flops getting between my toes. I don't like the feeling of it. I rather wear my slides because they feel better. And if that's the only thing I had to wear to go to the mountains, I'll wear that. And yes, Ed, I'm a little loose in the head. I did once, a few times, wore steel-toe boots in the beach. And everybody looked at me like I'm crazy.
Now,
I felt comfortable.
When you were a kid, what did they call flip-flops? Were they called flip-flops?
Yeah. The slides were also called flip-flops.
They didn't call them thongs?
Yep.
Because when that changed, that got me when it changed, because people started talking about thongs. I'm like, what? Because thongs were flip-flops, because, that's
thongs for the ladies.
That's the whale tail. It's a whole different thing. Next up is Zenny wants to know, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when he arrives at the pearly gates? So let's say you die and you do go to heaven. What do you want them to say to you when you get up there?
Well, in that one, I'm gonna have to keep it to myself. I apologize.
That's okay. No, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
The day before I go, I'll let everybody know. Put it this way. When it gets close to that time, when I'm really gotta go, there'll be a video out for that.
I will answer that. even though it wasn't directed at me, because I haven't seen that one before. I like the questions, Zenny, and I would just you done good. That's it. You done good. You did something good. You did good. That's all I would like to hear. Okay, scrolling down. And again, if you have any comments that you want me to see or questions, you've got to do the @RicoStan, so it pops out in orange. If you just do @Rico, I don't see it. It's got to be @RicoStan, because otherwise I'm just going, you guys are all having your conversation, so I'm just skipping through that, looking for those. So please put those up there for me. Oh, did Tommy have one? I see Zenny. Yep, she got me right there. She knew what I was looking for. Oh, Berto, Tomatillo wants to know, what's your favorite scary movie?
Even though it's a little bit comedy, but my favorite scary movie. Now, the one that really scared me the most, even though I still watch it, even though it scares the hell out of me, The Exorcist, the original Exorcist.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was a good movie.
That was the only one that really scared the out of me.
Yeah. Do you still like to watch scary movies today? You enjoy them?
Oh yeah.
I don't. I don't watch them today.
Why?
I just I have enough stress in my life. I don't need that kind of. I don't need bad stuff. I stay away from pain and suffering as much as I can.
But this is the way I do it. I'll watch the scary movie first, even though I'm still scared. Working all around and all that, I'll go watch at least two funny movies.
Yeah.
If I can sleep all peace and calm.
I just watched the two funny movies and skipped the one. The one that scared me the most was a movie. I don't remember what year it came out. It was in the 70s sometime. It was called The Food of the Gods. And it was a cheesy movie, but it was this... on this island, like in the Pacific Northwest, this stuff started coming up out of the ground, and the animals were eating it and growing huge. And there was these mice that started attacking people and killing them because they were like, the size of a person. They were huge, and massive mice. And it scared one guy got his face chewed off, and that stayed with me for months. I had nightmares about it. I was a young person. And that one's. And now I've seen it though recently, well, not recently, but within the last decade or so. And it's nothing. It's so cheesy and it's not scary at all. Okay.
This is an old cheesy movie. The Birds.
The Birds.
The black birds, the crows, when they were attacking everybody, and that was
the Birds from Hitchcock.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was too cheesy. It's just because it's so dated. Right? When did that come out? Was that the 50s or early 60s? I can't remember now.
But that movie, just watching it, then I don't know, just hearing them outside of it. Uh-oh. They're ready to attack? Oh, it's not too many of them.
Mount Greenery's next up. Could you please ask Garcia, if you could live in any of your aquariums, which one would it be and why? So you basically live in there. You're comfortable. You're shrunken down, or you're a fish. Whatever it is, which of the tanks would you live in?
One will be the Frutosas, and the second one will be the guppy tank, my mud guppy.
Yeah,
because I can tell it's so peaceful. Right now, the Frutosas are still growing, and they're fast moving for now. But when they get bigger, they're very slow moving. I could enjoy being with the Frutosas and the mud guppies. But there's one tank that will never live in. It's the Exodons, the bucktooth tetras.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They are pretty aggressive. Maybe not aggressive. Just they definitely eat stuff quickly. Okay, next up is from Mikey B. Let's see. If you could take two fish and breed them to make a new super awesome fish, what two fish would you choose? So they could be anything. They don't have to. It could be, Oscars and Cardinal tetras. It doesn't have to be, it can be whatever. What's it going to be?
with a little bit of crazy in my mind, it will be trying to cross a frontosa with an Oscar. Just to see what will happen. But it will, to me, I know it won't happen, but it doesn't hurt to try.
I would like to see some big fish, maybe an Oscar, something that's a bigger fish like that though, with a guppy, and just to have that, or a guppy that's that's this size, just that beautiful tail and everything. That would just be
about that big.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I would love to see that. Okay, next up, let's see. What are we on time? Okay, yep, we still got plenty of time. You're still doing good on time. You need to get a drink or anything? You need a little break? Okay, good.
Stop right here.
Maritza wants to know if you like Depeche Mode.
What? Maritza, you crazy? I love them. I love that group.
Yeah, she's
listening to some when I was living in New York.
Very big into Depeche Mode. Oh, God, it keeps jumping on me. Okay, next up. Okay, there we go. Next up is from Zenny. If a crystal ball could tell you one thing about its future, what would you want to know? You get to know one little piece of information. What is it?
How long would I live?
I don't know if I want to know that. That's what I sort of thought you were going to say. I think that's what most people would say too. But I don't know if I'd want to know that. But maybe something to do with, I don't know. I don't know what I'd want to know. That's another great question from Zenny.
The only reason why I would like to know is that if I could do what I have to do, prepare everybody, give them the best of their life so they can enjoy it, and then let them know, hey, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Tuesday at 7, I get hit by a bus. Nice knowing you.
Okay. I got hit by a peacock bass.
Next up is June, and this is sort of her regular one because she's such a fan of one of them. Star Trek or Star Wars?
Well, I grew up on Star Wars and I grew up on Star Trek. I like them both.
Same here. I think I lean Star Wars a little bit more. It's a little bit more fun for me. But Star Trek is great too, and I absolutely love it. And
it's just like us living now, going from state to state, exploring. And Star Trek is the same way, but they're going from planet to planet. And it's just like, it's almost similar to that.
Yeah. I know June is a very, very big Star Trek fan, and I see why. I mean, it's definitely, I can see it. There's a lot to love about the Star Trek universe. And again, I just want to mention again one more time at Rico Stan, because otherwise I don't see your question. I'm skipping right past anything that doesn't have that in there. I use the black background and it pops out on orange for me, so I really can see it. So this one's from Ed. Where would you guys rather live the rest of your long lives? In space or at the bottom of the ocean?
In the bottom of the ocean. I love my fishing.
Swim out past the breakers. I'm going to say space. I think I would love to. So first of all, I'm playing a Starfield for any of you gamers out there. I started playing Starfield last night. Absolutely loving it. It's all about the space and about adventuring and exploring and stuff. And I think I would go with space. I really do. I think I would be a spacer. So what makes you say the ocean? Just because there's so much to explore there too, right? We still don't know hardly anything about the deep ocean.
Well, space is so open. It can just keep on for years and years. You will never find the ending. And just like in the bottom of the ocean, you will never find the bottom of the ocean. And you want to keep exploring. And I wish there was a way that, even though with the pressure that they get you, because you can't go any deeper. But if there was a way that you could go deeper without feeling that pressure, just to get to the bottom.
Yeah. I mean, it would be cool to see all the different stuff. I bet there's stuff that looks as alien down there as anything in any planet out there, too, you know? Okay. Scrolling down. Let's see. Okay. Maritza's the next one. One of my teachers in junior high was one of the kids. Oh, she was just saying that one of her teachers in junior high was in the movie The Birds. They were just one of the extras, one of the kids that were running.
Wow.
June would like to know if you've seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Of course, Meatloaf was in there.
You like Meatloaf?
Oh, yeah.
I never liked him. I never liked his music. Stop right there. It just, no, I heard it too much. You know,
especially that his intro's too long and the songs are way too long. But there's some songs that I like.
I didn't hate the guy, obviously, but I just was never a big fan of his music. And, you know, part of it was I heard it almost every single night one summer. Almost every single night I heard Paradise by the Dashboard Light. And it just, oh yeah, that and Steely Dan, who I love Steely Dan, but Reeling in the Years was the other song. I heard those two songs just about every single night for like 3-4 months in a row. Okay, so I'm scrolling again, and I jumped again, and I was on Ed. Where is Ed at? Okay, there's Ed. That's good.
Uh-oh.
So if you could only eat food out of one fish tuber's refrigerator, who would it be? For the rest of your life, you're only getting food out of that one refrigerator. Whose refrigerator are you eating out of? That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to be going all the time going over there, or I have to live close to him. Ed's fridge.
There you go. See, I was thinking you'd want to go with somebody well off, but maybe not, because that person who is what we call rich, maybe they don't have a lot of food in their fridge. They go out to eat all the time. So you'd want to have somebody who makes a good income, but is also, I think, has a family, right? Because then there's going to be more choices in the fridge than just some single guy who's got, 5 ketchup packets and a Miller Lite from, 2007 in there. So I think you've got to, you got to go right down the middle. I'm going to say Grant from Shelby and Grant from Garden of Eden, because they've got the young kids, but they're not super young. They make an okay living. They're comfortable. So that's a great question, Ed.
Or go to Silver Creek. Plenty of chickens, plenty of quails.
Yep. Good choice.
I don't care if you're eating all those eggs all day. I don't care.
Yeah. Unprocessed food. You'd be getting a lot of natural stuff there. He does like foraging. He does like growing stuff. So you would definitely be getting a lot of unprocessed food. So yeah, that is a very good choice as well. Huawei is up next, and he would like to know if you only had one wish, what would it be? A genie's going to give you a wish, but you only got one. What would it be?
Everybody's favorite answer. More money, and let it keep coming, and I'm just giving it away. While I'm giving it away, more money is coming in. I'm just passing it on. Even though it's not a great answer, which is almost just like being greedy, but I'm not being greedy, I'm giving it away.
Sure.
But you see other people just keep coming. I want money, I need money, I need money, I need money. And they're just being greedy. Let the money come in and let it go out.
Yeah.
But basically, I'm just going to give the money and my love.
There you go. That's where I was going to go. I was going to expand on that and just say that I was able to help anybody I knew that needed help anytime they needed. I was able to, and that was Mark from Pile Aquatics. So one of our questions is from Myrtle is actually, I don't remember if that was the Myrtle question, but regardless, Mark said he'd like to see me be able to help anybody that needed help anywhere. Maybe not by actually doing the help, but by being that connector. So this person needs a new house, and I just happen to know somebody who will let them live in a house for 6 months free or something. Just that connector. And when he said that, I was like, wow, that would be my dream. That would be my dream existence, is to be that, just connecting people together that needed things. I would absolutely love that. Okay. Okay, got that one. What do we got? We got 15 minutes left. Silly one from Zen Ginger. She says it was silly one. Did you have a favorite board game or video game? What is or was? So did you have a favorite video game, or do you? Do you have a favorite board game, or did you?
Well, way back in the days, I had an Atari 2600, and the Atari 2600, it was my centipede. Even though it was not that great, but for Atari 2600, that was really awesome. And nobody could beat me, and especially playing Pitfall.
Oh yeah, Pitfall was great.
And everybody's game that always end up fighting, and it never ends. Monopoly.
Okay. I have a lot of stories about the 2600 because my dad was a very angry person, and we had holes in the wall because that 2600 controller was pretty hefty, had some weight, and he would throw it against the wall and it would break some of the drywall, and we'd have that square, right in the drywall.
Talking about that, I threw one because I was so pissed, and I saw it stuck on that wall. And I was, oh,
yeah.
And I had to find a way how to explain to my mother. But
yeah, my dad. Anyways, all right, let's just keep going. I'm surprised he didn't say the chef that's in the chat. What were we talking about? What were we talking about with that one? The food. Oh, the food. That's Maritza saying she's surprised you didn't say her because she's a chef, so she's probably got some pretty good food in her fridge.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maritza. That'll be okay, since I'll try to figure out how from Keystone I'll go to your house and take everything and bring it to Florida. Like capurria and all that. I just can't say no more. And the pitoro to go with it for the journey.
They are bringing something to the Clash food-wise. I don't remember what it was, Maritza. Can you remind me? They're bringing something for me to taste, but I think they're, bringing for everybody, or at least, enough to some of it to go around. We're actually at the bottom of the chat. So again, real quick, I wanted to mention MNC. If you see him in the chats and stuff, say hi. He's not doing well at all. He's going to be in the hospital. He doesn't know how long or anything. So, if you have a way to contact him, I don't know if MNC is on fishfam.link, but if you have a way to contact him, he is on the Discord server, so you can reach out there. Just let him know you're thinking about him. I also wanted to mention that the Keystone Clash is coming up super quick. I don't know if they have any rooms left in the hotel. They were they had very few left. There was only just a few left, none from the event, but some at the hotel itself. So there are other hotels not too far away, though. So if you want to go and you don't have your room booked, you still can go. Got a bunch of stuff I'm bringing to give away, just like a bunch of other people are too. It's going to be so much fun. If you can swing it, I guarantee you the Keystone Clash will be one of the most fun events out of any of them. Fishtoberfest is probably right up there. Keystone Clash. Those are going to be the fun ones to go to this year. All right. We got, here we go. Zenny wants to know, what would be your weapon of choice in the event of a zombie apocalypse? What weapon would you use?
Basically a sword, because I'll chop those head off. I'll just chop those head off.
I want something.
I'll chop the head off and stomp on the head.
I would want something like maybe a shotgun that had like a big magazine so that I didn't have to constantly reload, so like a semi-automatic shotgun of some sort. I don't know anything about guns, but that's one of the things that I, so I could stand back a decent distance and still, and then Morcilla is, how do you pronounce it? Morcilla. Morcilla.
Woo!
Throw at Garcia while he sings.
You can eat the morcilla, but the caporia is going to be all for me. Every time I try to sing, and she's going to be throwing that caporia, I'm going to be like, ow.
Okay. Okay. I'm at the bottom. So now again, now that we've talked a little bit more, was there anything else that you wanted to bring up and talk about before we take off?
The only thing I can say is thank you for doing and getting me up here and everything. And like I always say, I support everybody. I share the same respect and the same love because you guys do it the same way to me. And this has been a journey for me to get to where I'm at. And I really, really appreciate all the love that you guys been giving me. I really do. And I'm really proud of all you guys.
I feel that. And again, I think I don't see too many new people here. DJ Guppyfish, that's the new one to me. But if anybody else would like to be on the Focus On, I have quite a few people still on my list, but Rico Stan, my email is at the top of the screen up there. Shoot me an email, just say Focus On, and I'll add you to the list. It doesn't, channel size doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. All that matters is that you're a part of our community. And if you're here watching tonight, then you're a part of our community. So, I want to interview everybody. So far, I've got, like I said, 106 interviews done, but there's probably still 900 and however many left to go. So, we still got a lot of people to interview. So if you'd like to be on the list, please do send me an email. Anything else before we take off? I think we covered everything.
I see that Ed says his average is 198 in bowling. I hope you're really that good. Because if you're not that good, Garcia Aquatics will take you down.
Now, is that a hobby? See, you didn't mention that. So bowling is one of your hobbies then? Something you like to do? Gotcha. When was the last time
I've been in a few bowling leagues.
When was the last time you went?
Last week.
I have not been in probably 50 years. 40 years.
They want me to come
45
back.
years.
They want me to come back, but I told them not for the winter league. Even though it's a little longer, and there's a lot of things that's not feeling very kosher for that league. But there's another league that wants me there. I told them I'll come back for the summer, but not for the winter. I got a lot of things on my plate.
Gotcha. And Maritza said we need a casino night at the Clash. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it is right across the road. I don't know if we probably won't do that, but there's.
That's Lori's idea also, because her birthday is Saturday. That's Saturday at the Keystone. And when I told her we're gonna go to Keystone, and she goes, "It had to be on my birthday." Goes, but there's a casino down the road. Okay,
it's right across the road. I mean, it's right there. Yeah, it is right there. So, yeah, you won't be going far at all. I don't know if we'll go. I say we don't, but maybe my wife might be interested in that too. So, okay. I think now's a good time to end it. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Berto, for hanging out with me.
Thank you for bringing me, and much love. And guys, don't forget, even though he's going to say you don't have to, but subscribe to him and share it. And guys, turn on those notification bells and make sure you watch the replay on this and check on Rico Stan and Garcia Aquatics, because you can't miss these guys. We're always going to be there, and we'll always love you and love one another. And take care. And Garcia Aquatics, out of here. I want my kapuki, Marisa.
Next Tuesday, we will have Shane from Shane's Aquatics as our guest too. And then the following Saturday, though, we don't do a focus on, because the Aquarius auction, I think is what it's called now, on Skipper's channel is happening. That's the 9th. The next auction is coming up on the 9th on Skipper, so we won't have a stream that night. But Shane is our guest for this Tuesday. And with that, I'm going to click buttons. We're taking off.